Yo guys, what's going on? Speci here, and today, big try-hard video because as you can see, man is 7th in the world. I've played more games than everyone. Doesn't mean much early stages, but I'm really happy with how I've been doing. I've played so many games, it's kind of tragic. But I'm having a lot of fun and I'm learning a lot as well. I'm trying to use this opportunity. It's a brand new competitive season, and I've been playing some Northern Realms today, and I wanted to show you the deck because I think it's Witcher NR to perfection. So obviously Witcher NR, something I played a lot of when it first came out. I definitely believed in this deck, I think, before anyone else did. But let's just build the deck. Obviously, you're going to have Assault and you're going to have John Natalis. And this deck, rather than using a Neuromancy, uses a Gwen. The reason for that is Gwen is a Witcher. Obviously, you can shoot at your cards. And Vesemir is the big card you focus on in this deck because it's going to boost all your Witchers, which is going to be loads. But Vesemir, not just in your hand, not just on the board, not just in your deck, but all three. So he's tempo, he's hand buff, and he's also carryover for the future rounds as well. So just a fantastic card. And a big payoff for using Vesemir is the Scythemen just get huge. I'm sure a lot of you know this, so I won't talk about it too much. And then we've got the Witcher package, which is the target practices, the Griffin Witcher Adepts. We have the man, the myth, the legend, Kelder, who's just so flipping good. Like when this card was revealed, not many people believed in him, but he just bangs. And then we've got the selective mutation as well, which is really fantastic in this deck. And this is another card when it first came out. Obviously, it sucks in most decks, but with the Griffin Witcher Adepts, it's fantastic. We can put in Vesemir, we can put in Gwen, something like that. Now, the other cards, Barengar and Leo, just some of the best neutral cards that we've ever had in Gwent, in my opinion. I love the design on these two cards. And we're also using the Witcher Trio. Witcher Trio being a big payoff for this carryover with Vesemir. They also give 3 extra points to Leo and to Scythemen, and obviously the Scythemen off of our leader ability too. Now, a card I'm sure many of you know that is just doing fantastically in the moment is the Griffin Witcher, the 5 provision guy, 5 power. If we can give him the Crystal Skull, which is our stratagem, he becomes incredibly good. Added to that, this deck really would love to play one single mentor because you can brick your Witchers quite a lot. I do it very often, to be fair. And also running a single Boiling Oil seems really, really important. In the mirror matchup, it's great. You can also use the Boiling Oil to purify the veil off your opponent's Griffin Witcher in the mirror if they don't play around it. So that works really nicely too. Now, there's quite a lot of flexible provisions on this. I'm honestly probably forgetting a couple cards. But I will just say that basically you want to have some sort of tool punish. Now, in the past, I did an Igni Uridan deck. And the idea behind that was Uridan with Crack City Guards was great. But if you play against V, they can mill your Uridan, right? They play the Unicorn, and if you don't draw Uridan, then you just lose the game. However, what you could do is you can play Erland, and then you could still use Geralt Uridan, because against V, the Erland is going to block it. However, we're not using Uridan. We're actually using a vanilla Geralt. And the reason for that is I just really value being able to fit in all of these 5 provision cards. As you can see, we're full. So if I was to go for Uridan, I'd have to downgrade one of these 5s. And I really think the Mentor and the Boiling Oil just absolutely worth it. And honestly, like Vanilla Geralt is just doing an absolute job for us. It's still really good against V, which is something that Einsace isn't. Einsace is kind of lackluster against V. It's bad against Lippy, but that's about it. It sees value in most matchups. Sure, like in the mirror matchup, you would probably rather have an Einsace. But it's just a really solid card. You can tutor it as well, so when you need it, if your opponent TAs a card, in comes Geralt of Rivia. And of course, it's going to get boosted by by Vesemir. You can tutor it with Gwen, and also it gives you an extra point on Leo. Now, these last 2 slots, a lot of people will just play like a couple of Royal Guards. Maybe you go for Quedwini Knights. I'll try and avoid the Quedwini Knight because it makes your hand awkward. Also, Fortune Teller is a different consideration, but I'm absolutely going to sell you on Royal Guards on the man, the myth, the legend, the Cintrian Knight. Absolute Don card, bruv. Like, what an absolute machine. Speaking of machines, we've got a Ballista too. Why a Ballista? Why a Cintrian Knight? Well, these Griffin Witchers, like, on their own, are decent, but they come much better when you can actually be removing things with them. So with like the little damage pings you do, against Thrive, you need 2 to even start, like, eating away, and it's kind of slow. Whereas then if you've got a Ballista and a Cintrian Knight, you can just be wiping far more Thrives out. Also in the mirror matchup, they just seem really solid. And they've just worked fantastically well. They're nice options off of Assault, and a lot of the time you're just going to mulligan them anyway. And Royal Guards just always felt really wrong to me in this list. So yeah, this is the deck. We're going to play a game. I am on peak MMR as it stands. So if we win, we're like almost at 2,500, which is pretty good this early on in the season. It's not quite going to put us 6th place. Again, doesn't matter at the moment because not many people have played. But for me, it's damn cool, man. Yeah. This is the video intro, Mr. Josh. We're now having a go. High MMR, so good players. We've faced off today already against Red Rain. We faced off against Payable. Yeah, so let's see who we get. It's a mirror matchup. Oh, the tension. I have not been very good at this mirror in the past. The mirror is really interesting. We'll see what the differences are. Usually, whoever's going first should have a bit of an advantage because we get the crystal skull. However, not always the case. Also, like if they're running Uridin, it makes it quite tough for us. Anyway. Obviously, Mulligan the Witchers. Duh. We've got Assault. Nice. This is going to be good. I don't think I see us using a Scytheman round one. I think we ditched the Scytheman, to be fair. I mean, it's not a bad card to hold on to, but like, I want to find an Oil. Vesemir. I want to find Erland. I want to find another Griffin Witcher. I want to find Assault so I can Oil. Oh, we find the Vesemir. Beautiful. And I mean, no real thinking necessary. No surprises. My first play is going to be a Griffin Witcher into a Crystal Skull. If they've got Einsace, Einsace is really good in the mirror matchup, for sure. Yeah. Now, we've got a couple of options. We could go Ballista, but I think what we want to do, to be fair, is just play Assault. And the reason we just want to go for Assault is because we just play another Griffin Witcher. And we need to be careful with where we place John, so they can't Boiling Oil John. Not that they would do that, but they could in theory, right? So we could go for the Ballista here, but having played a very similar match before, I went slow at this point, and I think it's a mistake. But honestly, like, we could go Ballista, and then we could Assault out the Cintrian Knight, right? It is an option. I think we just want double Griffin Witcher to try and win round one, though. Let's do that. I'm actually going to let them oil my John. Okay. I'm actually going to let them oil John. I don't think they'd want to. Oh, maybe threatening a bit of an Igni here. Now, this is going to catch them off guard. A little damage for him with the Ballista. Obviously, we would have preferred if it was a Cintrian Knight, but honestly, like, kind of messes you up anyway. But now we've just got so much damage on the board. These Adepts are just going to be able to be answered, hopefully. Adepts are pretty scary. I mean, it's still difficult to deal with, right? Could honestly just do with one more damage thing, but yeah, obviously with these two, we're just going to cruise this one. We would definitely like to play Erland. I imagine is what they're going for here. Yep. Do we Quen for it? Because they're kind of threatening a pass. I don't think so. I think honestly, if they pass, like, we just play and just go for a long round, last say. Kind of risky. Because we have committed more than them, but... that maybe we've overcommitted a little bit by going for this second one, but... or just going for Assault in general. Let's just kick a target practice, I guess. And we definitely killed to stop them transforming, right? Getting value there, but I'd be surprised if they pass. And yep, they do not elect to pass. Now we're going to ping the shield off this one, because they can't transform for more value. And we play an Erland of our own. As you can see, whoever goes first has a big advantage, but I think you can also see the power of the Ballista. They were going to use this target practice to boost their Griffin Witcher up. And you only get one oil. And also, if this was a Cintrian Knight, we'd have been able to do something similar, right? Hey. So we get the pass. We've got a couple of options. Obviously, we could pass and then push to win 2-0. We could also pass and just go for the long round. We could also go for the Vesemir play. Now, the Vesemir play is an interesting one because it's carryover. However, the downside of going for Vesemir is Vesemir boosts up all our units off Kelder. Right? And gives our Scytheman more value. I think we're just supposed to pass. We might push it into this next round a bit as well. Like, we've got round control. Round control is normally a good thing. It's the fact that I've used Assault and my opponent hasn't that's making me a bit... But look at this hand. It's just like a fully gold hand, except this Target practice. We could honestly just try and 2-0 here. Honestly, kind of tempted to push. This hand is so good. The issue is what our first play is. Assault gives away that we're going to push. Helder, kind of susceptible and questionable if it's correct. So we could go Kelder back row, for example, and then Assault afterwards. Our Assault is most likely going to be a Griffin Witcher Adept, right? I guess it could also be a Cintrian Knight. If we play Kelder and it dies, like, we're in trouble, right? I don't know. Normally I wouldn't push in the mirror, but my hand is so good. I could be trolling, right? But trading Assault for Geralt, honestly, we could pass. We lose Assault for the next round, but like, oof, it's not that good, right? It's 5 points on a Scytheman. Seems like a good pass. Tried it. Geralt is gone. I think it's a good trade. I know our Assault's gone too. This would have been much better had I not used Assault round 1, right? This would have been a great play. I still think it was worth it though, to be fair. Gives us intel. We're not scared about Uridin anymore, which was kind of why I didn't want to go for the long round. But like, now we go into the long round. Our opponent's got Assault, right? But we've got a Geralt. What would you rather have, an Assault or a Geralt? And I think we all know the answer. And we have last say. And a juicy hand. Are they going to play a target practice or an oil to thin here? It's basically the same. Ooh, I don't think it is though. Geralt in this matchup can be like... Our Geralt's going to play for like 20 plus points, right? Assault is good, obviously, but I don't know. I don't think it's game winning. You know what would be game winning? Not bricking my hand. Also drawing... Like we could hit the Witcher, guys. But like, this hand is not what we're looking for. Double target. It's not that bad. The thing is, I need an Adept, right? I want an Adept or I want this Geralt. But if we hit this Specimen... Like, all these cards except the Cintrian Knight. No, even the Cintrian Knight's bad. We just risk it, guys. Okay, we didn't brick, thank God. It's not what we were looking for, but... Yeah, we can Gwent into Geralt, but it's one of these. This card is worth so many points here. Oh, that's a big misplay from my opponent. Yeah, that's a big misplay. I should just win the game. They were supposed to use a leader charge, right? That was 100% worth a leader charge. So we're really happy with that. There's like no downside to just boosting Kelder here. We might want to transform this. But basically we're trying to hold the Mentor for Adrenaline 4. We should just work out if we can at this point, right? We also want to hold Vesemir for as long as possible. I don't know. Maybe just play Barangar here. So we're going to Vesemir. In what? 2 turns? So not this card, not the next one, the one after. And what 2 cards can we play before? Well, we could play Barangar and this target practice. It's a bit awkward because this Kelder row is going to fill up really quickly, but like, to be fair, it's not the end of the world, right? You normally end up having to put cards in this row anyway. What we could... So, we can go Barangar, target practice, Vesemir, Mentor. Then we do just get the +2 still, right? So, we'll be at Adrenaline 7 now, 6, 5, 4. Yeah. And Iron Taste is really good in the mirror because you can like deal with the Kelder, right? So we've got the option of going target practice on either Kelder here, which is technically better in case they play like a Griffin Witcher again. And then Oil, but they've already played 2 and they can't play location, so we just go for it on Barangar. But obviously I'm just doing this in case they have a random Igni. We could also just go for this though. Maybe this is correct. We just say, okay, we're not going to top deck into a... we're not going to top deck into an Adept, so we just play for the boost value. That's the correct play. Like, it's always the correct play, because we're not going to be able to transform all these tokens anyway, right? Now, we also do want to try and hold Vesemir, if at all possible, right? Because Vesemir is going to be boosting all these other witches that are spawned, which is a lot of witches, right? But we want the +2 on this, but also it's a high roll. So maybe I've just misplayed slightly. Maybe we should just go for this now. Like, I think it's worth more to hold Vesemir, right? Yeah. So we lose out on 2 points. We actually did hit one of the witches, which is, you know, obviously, if we had the +2. You go Mentor first because you want the boost, right? And honestly, this hand's fine at this point. It was more like it was more the Mentor that I wouldn't want in this hand, right? Like, the Mentor's kind of the card I wanted to kick. Like, all these cards are fine. It's the Mentor, really, that's the issue with this hand. So we just want to make sure we're not going to overfill. But we're fine to just go. But this is, again, why I didn't play my Vesemir in the previous round. The fact that our opponent's got an extra Scytheman is quite scary. Like, this Scytheman would have been a huge draw for us. So we definitely didn't top deck that well. And obviously, they've got Assault. The Centurion Knight also would have smurfed because it would have dealt with a Witcher student. They also have the Adept. So even though round 1 went better for us, I would say, like, overall, we might still be in a little bit of bother, a little bit of trouble here. I think we just Leo now. I mean, we could Vesemir, right? Loses our 2 Scythemen a bit of value still. I think we just Vesemir, right? Probably time. Nah, it's just Leo. So if we Leo now, we lose out on 1 point on Vesemir. For Leo. Yeah, maybe just Vesemir, right? I'm honestly not sure which one is exactly correct. We should also just make sure we're not going to fill up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We want to play 1 card in the back row, so let's just do it before we forget. Yeah, if you hit the trio with Adrenaline, it's good. But I did obviously not get the 2 points we were after. It's Adrenaline being a bit awkward. And that's another... I just didn't want this Mentor in hand, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, make sure you don't overfill. These 2 cards in my Barangar row is really important. But like, if you look at the Adept here, all these would be 5s, right? Most of them, if we just had a single Adept. So you could argue my Assault play was actually trolling. I could have assaulted for something. I just didn't have anything else to assault for, right? And this is obviously the difference in Assault. But also, this is just my Geralt, right? Like, we just don't get a better Geralt. They just assault for a Scytheman. There's actually a misplay from them. They were supposed to try and hold this, right? This gives me 2 extra points on both my Scythemen. Nice. Nice. 21 points for 4, ladies and gentlemen. Let's flipping go, mate. Who was it? Who was it? Obviously, we had the advantage because you were going first. Hand reader. They beat me earlier. So, yeah. That's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll show you some more gameplay from our other games. It's up to 2,500 this early on in the season, which I'm really happy with. We can push NR further. It's one of the best decks this season. Probably the most wholesome. So, we're trying to catch up my man Shaggy. We're like 30 behind him. But obviously, I've played way more flipping games. But I feel like my win rate has been much improved. Like I was like 40 and 40 or like 60 and 60. So I've really turned it around quite a lot. And yeah, man, like it's really fun to try and compete. I'm actually loving it. So yeah, much love, guys. Thanks for watching. Deuces. Come on, Kelly. Not a bad matchup. Not a bad matchup. See if they find the skill combo that is defender and dash. That's going to be painful if they do. Immune Erland is maybe an idea in this one. Man's got the assault and that, yeah. Man don't have the Geralt and that, but they normally play around it anyway. And we've got a selected mutation, so we actually do. The Egon to begin. Means there's no dash to worry about round 1. We can just pass. I should have slowed down on this play a little bit, but I think it's correct. I don't really see the downside. I'm just worried that this just gets just gets whatever it's called. Whereas this is actually an engine that we can sit behind. So what gets kicked from this hand? I guess we should Erland first, right? Let's just get shielded up, bruv. Play the Erland. Mutations. I mean, we just kick the ballista, right? Like, whatevs, innit? We go for the Vesemir or the Quen. Oh, Vesemir. I don't think we need to win this round particularly. What if we secretly ditch the Griffin Witcher? Seems pretty logical, honestly. We just go all in on these shieldy... Like, look at this card, guys. It's so good. You need to be careful because I ain't got the tool punish. They've got to be scared of the tool punish too. I mean, I guess they know, like... But we need to win the round. Like, passing is just trolling, right? Because they get Kelly behind defender. Like, we have to win. That is for sure. Maybe I was just supposed to take Quen, honestly. Seems like a weird play, doesn't it? Locking the artifact compression for 4. It's just the spores, basically. It's a really bad play. Especially when they're in a really good position. I probably should have kicked the ballista over the other card, right? This card's not doing much for us. At least we could have played the other one as just like we could have played it when it locks itself, right? Go for John Boy. John Boy into what? Do we ever go Barangar? Honestly, we could go Mentor and just ditch the ballista. I could just play Barangar though, right? He's going to get tool punished, but it's just not committing to any line of play. It's such a good card for us to get tool punished. I still like this play, honestly.
Don't ever expect your opponent to line up.
Hmm. Eight for 4. Yep. 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 Do. Squirrel! It's a very brave play from our opponent. Be prepared to be punished for the squirrel. Easy game. Easy win on even game. Nice. Nice! Obviously, we lose a point on Leo. We're not playing Griffin. Adept first. Wow. Wowza. But it gets heat waved anyway. Yes. Man, imagine if we just drew a different card. It would have been so good. So good. They're gaining no points passively. Isn't enough to overtake, but this certainly is, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually not. I mean, we just play 2 cards to do it then, right? Fine. Like, look at these cards, bruv. Oh my. I had a hot take that it was the best bronze card in the game. When I first got playing, everyone was like, what are you on about, mate? This is the way. They squirreled us anyway, right? This is the way. We have to bleed Kelly out. We just go Kelder. Heatwave and Curse are gone, so it can't even be answered. No point of boosting, because doesn't even trade with Kelly. I play Kelly, we just Geralt anyway. Cave Troll would be the best play for them here. Maybe I could have mulliganed this, because Cave Troll cucks us quite hard. Yeah, I think I should have mulliganed. Cave Troll cucks us pretty hard. The Beast. Interesting. That's just a win, right? I don't really see how we could lose this game. If they play Kelly, we Geralt. If they don't play Kelly, we Witches. Or Leader. GG. Either way, right? Yep. Like, look at the power of Quen, guys! Look at the power of the Quen, guys! Not all dragons crave gold. But I do.
Let's get this over with.
GG. Woo! Griffin Adept carrying this whole game, man. And Quen. It's against Jams. Let's flip and go, man. Interesting. Come on. Mate, game feels really fun today. I've barely played any V. Really does feel like a good time to slam Jam NR. Double Witcher. We always take this last mulligan. We lose a Scytheman. Every day of the week. Could be Paya? Maybe.
Knights get princesses and we get what? Bloody streagers.
Do we need to? Probably. We'd quite like this to be at 9 points, by the way. So if they steal it, we can... Oh! Oh! Right? Oh, I've got it here. Oh my god, I almost messed up. Gentlemen! Mount up! Woo! What a boy. Gentlemen! Mount up! Bruh. Don't get Philippid. The only thing we need to do. Okay. Vesemir would put this at 9, right? Gentlemen, mount up. We just walk into a heat wave, right? We don't care about getting heat waved as much as we do getting Philippid. We already have all the tempo, right? What's the least committal card here? Is it an adept or is it... I think it's an adept, right? Ballista's just a good mate in this matchup. Yeah, no, Ballista's good. You can get shield off MK. This is also just the better play in this situation. Shame we can't go Vesemir or selective mutations, but... Gentlemen, mount up! You get me? Trust me. Nice. 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 Honestly, I wish I had an adept in this hand. I should have kept the adept and ditched the ballista, right? You can assault for this card. Don't brick. Thank you. No Vesemir. Pain's champ. That is a Pain's champ. We have to bleed, guys. Like, we just get shreked. Honestly, I might have overdone it round 1. Gap. Didn't commit anything. It just feels like the Sentry Knight is a commitment. This adept was kind of trolling, I think, maybe a bit. Card's really good. I also think ditching this ballista from this hand was a mistake. I think I've messed my mulligans up, guys. This is not the hand, right?
Specimen.
Awkward as hell, mate. We have to bleed, though. We have no choice. Like, look at the ballista value, guys. Why did I kick this card, man? Why did I troll? I even said. Like, my ordering's so flipping awkward. I'm just playing into Heatwave so hard. Throwing this game. It's fine. I've thrown this game. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, might be alright. I mean, in my defense, our draws for this round were pretty awful. Hitting double Scytheman is just not ideal. I guess we're just going to go down a card, right? Fine. It's fine. But like 2 Scythemen, I don't want to play both of these because I want to assault for one in the next round as well, innit? Yikes. Selective mutation here. Broken good. Needs to get heat wave, honestly. World. Oh, it's here 1, but I think it's world. This world needs witchers, not marauders. Played this like a little bit of a weapon, to be fair. Prob's just gonna lose a little bit. I mean, it was the mulligans, really, right? I kind of just screwed myself. Jack, I mean... Sod it, mate. Card's not that good, right?
A superb specimen.
Like, if I flipping killed this one hearse, guys, we weren't even struggling here, honestly. Like, what if I just make the 20 tempo play? We're 11 down. It's not that good, right? I lose if I pass here. Or I just full leader. Kind of trolling. Kind of wasted a lot of points. Doesn't need to spend. This ballista mulligan cost us so heavily though, man. Like, if I just kept this ballista, this Von Hurst would have died, right? Like, look at all the points this Von Hurst made. We would have won this game. The ballista would have won this game, right? I think we win though. Also, a Scytheman in deck would have been so good. I found my Kelder, please. An assault for it, I guess. Sounds good. I should never lose this matchup, to be fair. Way, Philippa. We could go ballista, right? Philippa is our lose con. Selective target practice would have been so nice here. Target on John. Is the Philippa. We just go Keldar, right? Is it ever not Keldar? It's always Keldar, right? No, we lose a point if we transform a Witcher. I see what you mean. That could have been in line. I think we're just fine here, right? I don't think there's anything we lose to. Gonna be close though. Whale is looking super sad. Yeah, they have no coins. No spenders rather, apart from Philippa. I would have been really upset if I lost that game. I didn't do great. It was looking really ropey, right? Damn, we got a lot of MMR, I think, for that. 8 MMR, seems like a lot.
What is it I fancy today?
Kelly. Winnable. Just hope they don't have defender. Don't hit assault. Nice.
Can't see it getting better.
Defender could be real big bad news for us.
Dark clouds gather over Samaria.
Ballista motive or second Griffin Witcher? I mean, I have to boost it right if I go for a second Griffin Witcher.
The bolt softens them up. The sword finishes them off.
Imagine we just had a ballista from Nice. Nice. They should boost, I think, honestly. You just cut their losses. Oil's more likely than to get out of Rivia, right? My top makes me look naked. Yeah, other people have said that too. It's pink! I'm not pink, guys, I promise. Man, we drew the cards. We drew the cards. Oh, let's flipping go! Cams? Let's flipping go, bruv! Woo! No. No. Could be immune Erland. Ditch the ballista, right? Thank God we didn't hit John Boy. John Boy. John Boy.
Can't see it getting better.
Play's kind of unnecessary. Whatever. What else am I gonna do? They play a. It's good if they play a Pyrotech. Nice. Let's go.
A wee hint. The nature doors.
Perfection! What a great start to this game. Let's flipping go! Let's flipping go, bro. Perfect start to this game. Perfect. Like, they should have just heat waved me. Wait, what?
You see, I'm not so empty.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that. As you can tell by my reaction. Yeah, I am good at the game, huh? It is happening quite a lot, to be fair. You're not wrong. Yeah. Play it there because we want to. Yeah, we play it here. I guess. I don't really know why, but we do. This is just another game where the Ballista and Sintra and Chad feel so good.
With the rise above, go beyond, become more.
Suits us. This is a much better matchup for us, I think. Although it's not something I've played against much. Beautiful. What a round. The oil was expensive, sure, but we just bleed, right? We just bleed. We maybe even just mulligan like witches if we draw them. Mulligan witches. We just go down a card, maybe even. Specimen feels a bit scary. I think we need to mulligan one of these because otherwise our John's bricked. Ah, that's a nice find too. I would like to have assaulted him for this Griffin Witcher, if truth be told, but...
The bolt softens them up. The sword finishes them off.
I'm more than happy to trade a leader charge.
Retrieve the bolt. I know. I'm on it.
Might even just try and play Vesemir and get out, right? Could be the motive. We go Barangar, target, practice, Vesemir, maybe.
First, you must learn to forge.
No, oh no, no, no. You can't just sacrifice it. Kayam!
Make sure we stay out of tool punish range. Okay, let's see what we're trying to do. Does that get him ahead? Nope.
Tell me what you see. Be specific.
Demands full leader. It's a really nice play. We lose our card, but we get full leader from them, and we can just play all these cards. We just win the short round, right? I think. Seems like a win, guys. We just lose on even, but fine.
Wait, yes, they won't let us talk to strangers.
Play all the cards. Seems good. Like trading one leader charge for 4 leader is huge. You know what I mean? It's good. Very, very good. Now, we do have a Scytheman in the deck, so... I mean, I'm not sure why I've stacked the front row, right? Kind of trolling, but getting Gezra's out too seems decent. I think we're in a very strong position. We've got a great hand. I don't think I even would have got another card, even if I played in the back row, but it was kind of dumb. Okay, so we miss Quen, Geralt. It's quite a big deal potentially. What's Assault saying though? Be a mentor. Could be a Chad. Any 2 strength cards. Bow's gone. Any other 2 strength cards? Britters seem unlikely. Is there any other 2 strength cards? I haven't played a Nero, so they're not out of the question.
To hit the mark, we aim above the mark.
He who dares wins, chat. I didn't have much time to think about it. It's a 7-point card, you know, like, come on. He who dares wins. Mate, I had no time, I roped. The rope was there. I thought about it, I made my decision, I stand by it. I mean, I kind of don't. But, like, it gets the 2 points extra, right? This was, you know, we needed a lot of boosts for this to be worth it.
This arms, leaping black clad.
Don't think this Geralt's going to pop off, guys. Oh, this Geralt's not popping off. Imagine we just had Gwen, mate. Different gravy, right? Well, it wouldn't have made a difference. Had all our witches anyway. Oh no. Aware player. Playing around the Geralt of Rivia. I think we lose, right? Yikes. Okay, so how many points would Scytheman have played for? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We lose a point. Watch us lose by a point. You ready? No, we lose by a mile. Fair play. I think we played it correctly, right? Seems like a pretty bad matchup for us. If we find Gwen wins the game, right? If it was Gwen. I think we win if we find Gwen, right? Mate, that's the first time I've played against that deck in a very, very long time.